Hi there, in this episode we'll be looking at using a couple of tools in Tyflow to create a fracture to reveal an object inside. For this exercise we will use everyone's favorite teapot. We'll create one here and we will create a clone for this teapot. We'll just do a straight copy and we will move it across to the side. After we drag a copy to the side, we will click it, right click, and convert to editable poly. Next we will use the polygon selection and we select all of the teapot and we will extrude it. Make sure that local normal is selected and we'll give it a nice figure. It just needs to be slightly bigger than the other teapot. Just there. Yep, looks pretty good. Tick OK, and here we have it. Just turn this off so that I can move it away a little bit over here. And next we are going to detach it. And doing that is going to ask you detach as clone. We click OK. And then we can turn this off. And you should have another copy over here. Right, just to make it much clearer, I think we should change the color for all of the teapots. Let's give this one a red. Let's give this one a blue. And let's give it a nice bright purple. This one here. Yep, that's alright. And in the modifier list, we are going to add to this teapot a shell. So if we scroll down to here, it has a shell now. Right click on shell and we say collapse all. And it's going to come up with this warning. And we say yes. And we actually don't need this blue one anymore. And let's drag this purple one over. And just to make sure that it fully covers the other pot. Looks like it is. We can double check it by doing a see-through option, just to make sure that it's all covering it. Looks like it is. Yep. And we'll change it back again. Turn it back off. And next we are ready to drag a Tyflow action. So we'll place the Tyflow icon over here. And we would have the Tyflow editor. Just place it to the side here. And we're going to start adding some commands into it. So we'll start with birth object. Like that there. And we will pick the purple pot. Once that's picked, we can hide the original purple pot. You can see it's the same color. We'll change that to white just so that it's very clear. Next we're going to add another action. We're going to add Voronoi fracture, put it on the birth objects, and this pretty much, and we need to tell them how many pieces we want them to fracture, so we will say 1,000. And then after that we need to give it a shape. We will add physics X, add the shape underneath here. So as you can see, it's crumbling down at the moment, but we want to give it a slow motion crumble, so let's give it a switch. And in the settings for the switch, we would have it as kinematic, and we need to give it a time where it would collapse, where it would fracture. So we'll put in a time test here to allow a gradual fracturing of the pieces. Let's have it at 50, and how many variations? Let's say 50 types of variation. Next, we're going to create another event, and we will drag another physics X shape to event number 2, and we will drag physics X collision underneath here, and we are asked to pick which one that we want it to collide with, and we are going to pick the pot that's inside. So to do that, we probably need to hide the Tyflow so that we can pick the red pot inside. And once we've done that, we will unhide all. Probably need to hide this pot again, and we will link the time test with event number 2. Next, we will click on the Tyflow icon, and in physics X settings, just make sure that the world default gravity is ticked and value is at 0, 0. After that, we need to add force into the event. We put it underneath collision, and with the force, it's pretty much how it would look like in real life in terms of effects with the wind and all that. So for strength, we'll put it as, let's say, 0.01, and the wind strength again 0.01. After that, it's probably best to change the display geometry the same color as the display geometry in event 1, and it has a white color, and we'll match it to as white. And I think after that we are ready to test. Here we go. So it's slowly exposing the teapot that's inside, just the red color, and comes back in together. And that's how you do a fracture Tyflow. And thank you for watching. I hope you learned something new today.